Hey everyone, I want to take you quickly through the Passé Composé with avoir. It's a very important point to know about conjugating French verbs in the past tense. So, Passé Composé, as I just stated, is used in the past and it's used to express a completed action. What do I mean completed action? Well, take a look at these two examples. I ate an apple. That's a completed action. The apple's done. J'ai mangé une pomme. Fini. As opposed to I was eating an apple. That's an incomplete action. I was eating an apple, but I never say whether or not I completely finished that apple. So passé composé is used to discuss complete actions. The elements of passé composé. Passé composé literally means the past composed. So composed things are made up of more than one element. In the case of passé composé, you have a subject, a auxiliary or a helping verb, and your past participle. For example, j'ai mangé. The je is your subject, I. A is avoir, which is your helping verb, I had. And manger is your past participle, I had eaten or I ate. Let's take a look at another setup. We have nous avons fini. So nous is our subject, we, avons, auxiliary verb, have, fini, that's our past participle, finished. We have finished or we finished. Now you need to know avoir as the auxiliary verb, and in order to know avoir you also need to know how it is conjugated. So remember, with je it's a. J'ai mangé, I have eaten. Nous avons fini, we have finished. Avoir is typically used as the auxiliary verb, with a few exceptions, which we'll get into later. Avoir is conjugated in the present tense when acting as the auxiliary verb. We need to know, therefore, how to conjugate avoir if we're not familiar already. Remember this? Avoir in the present tense. J'ai, tu as, il, elle, on, qui, a. Nous avons, vous avez, ils, elles, ont. That should be very familiar to you guys. It's avoir in the present tense. Let's take a look at the past participles. First with the regular ER verbs, such as manger. Here we have j'ai mangé once again. Our subject is je. Auxiliary verb avoir is conjugated with je, so it's a. Past participle is manger. So ER verbs change to e accent aigu. The past participle of manger therefore is manger. There's my ER, there's my e accent aigu. Let's look at regular IR verbs. Tu as fini. Subject is tu. Auxiliary verb is a, to be conjugated with tu. Past participle is fini. So what happens to IR verbs is you drop the R and you put an I. Past participle of finir is therefore fini. Moving on to regular ER verbs. Elle a vendu. This is the verb vendre, but our subject is elle, which is conjugated with avoir. Elle a vendu, past participle. RE verbs change to U. Vendre changes to vendu. Moving on. Irregular past participles. Les participes passés irréguliers. As I've stated before, there can never be any lesson on French without its proper exceptions. So these verbs do not follow regular past participle patterns as we've just discussed. Avoir changes to eu. Être changes to été. Faire changes to fait. Prendre, pris. Voir, vu. Lire, lu. Écrire, there should be an accent aigu on these two. Écrit. Mettre, mis. And dire, dit. So, let's take a look at how to use irregular past participles. You use irregular past participles in exactly the same way that you use regular past participles. J'ai eu. subject je, auxiliary verb avoir, with je is a, past participle of avoir, eu. So what I'm saying is I had. Tu as vu. Tu is my subject, I is my auxiliary verb, vu is my past participle for the verb voir. You saw. Il a fait. He did. Nous avons su. We knew. Vous avez voulu. You wanted. Negatives. The ne pas surrounds the auxiliary verb. Let's take a look at this in action. Je n'ai pas mangé. I did not eat. Tu n'as pas fini. You did not finish. Elle n'a pas vendu. Nous n'avons pas eu. Vous n'avez pas été. Ils n'ont pas dû. This lesson continues in part 2. Look for part 2 for the past tense, where we discuss Vandertramp verbs. Au revoir.